Good morning, students. Today, let us learn about preposition. Preposition is a word that links a noun or pronoun to other parts of a sentence. For example, my birthday falls in January. My vacation ends on Monday. Prepositional phrase. Group of words containing a preposition is called prepositional phrase. For example, the rabbit hopped through the garden. Here, through the garden is a prepositional phrase. Now, let us learn about preposition with some examples. When did you arrive? Dash London. Within bracket, in or on. When did you arrive? Dash London. In bracket, in or on. We use the right answer is when did you arrive? In London. We use in with countries, cities, etc. We use at for specific places. For example, at the airport, at the hotel, etc. Next example. I will call her dash next week. I'll call her dash next week. The bracket, in or on. Here, the answer is I'll call her next week. Here, no preposition is needed. Here, no preposition is needed. The words like next month, before the words like next month, next year, next semester, we don't use prepositions. Or every week, each week, before these words we don't use prepositions. Next example, my exam is on or at Monday. My exam is dash Monday within bracket on or at. Here the correct answer is my exam is on Monday. We use at for specific times. For example, at 7 a.m., at 8 a.m., or at 8 p.m., or at midday, etc. We use on with days like Sunday, on Sunday, on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, etc. We use in before months. For example, in April, in August, in September, in October, etc. And there is an exception to this. When we are mentioning 3rd April or 5th January, we use on 3rd April. That is more specified. It is more specified. On 3rd April, on January 5th, on 13th July, on 15th May, etc. Another example, they live at or on Main Street. They live at or on Main Street. Here the correct answer is they live on Main Street. If you have the number in the address, for example, I live 14 Main Street. We use, if there is number, we use I live at 14 Main Street. If there is no number, only the name of the street is mentioned, we use on. They live on Main Street. the difference between for and since. For example, I have worked here dash 3 years within bracket for or since. We use for a period of time and we use since for a point of time. For example, the correct answer is I have worked here for 3 years. We use for 5 months, for 6 months, for 7 years, for 3 years, etc. We use since 2008, since 2012, since 2019, since 2007, since November, since morning, etc. Difference between during and while. During we use with a noun, while we use with a clause. For example, dash the meeting, it started raining. Dash the meeting, it started raining. Here, the correct answer is during or while. The correct answer is during the meeting, it started raining. We use while with a clause. Here we use during with the noun during the meeting. During the meeting. We use while with a clause. For example, while with a clause means subject and verb is there in that sentence. If in the sentence there is subject and verb, we use while. While the meeting is going on, it started raining. Here we can see that the verb going on is used, so it is a clause. So we use, instead of using during, we use while. While the meeting is going on, it started raining. Another example, I read it dash the internet. I read it dash the internet within bracket in or on. The right answer is I read it on the internet. Here children, we use in with paper. Paper means magazines, book, newspaper, etc. These are all paper. Magazines a paper, newspaper or again a paper, books, paper. And we use with this in. I read it in the newspaper, I read it in the book, I read it in the magazine, etc. And if it is a device, for example, internet, television, mobile, laptop. If it is a device like internet, television, mobile, laptop, etc., TV, etc., we use on. For example, I read it on the internet, I read it on the laptop, I have seen on the TV, etc. Now let us learn about to and for. To and for. We can use to when there is some kind of movement. It is not only related to physical movement or action, it can also relate to other types of movement. We can use it when something is moved between one place to another, or something is moved to somewhere. For example, I went to Ooty. And we use to when we mention a direction or destination. They invited me to their home. Can you quickly run to the shops? We use to for distance, for mentioning distance. It is only 6 kilometers from my home to the office. And also we use to when there is preference. For example, I prefer chocolate to ice cream. I prefer tea to coffee. Here the meaning is I like tea better than more than coffee. I prefer tea to coffee. I prefer chocolate to ice cream. Here we use with preference we use to. The preposition to. And we also use to mention time between 2 points. It is a quarter to 7. It is 5 minutes to 8. It is a quarter to 7. It is 5 minutes to 8. 4 we use for showing benefits. Ginger is great for immune system. Exercise is good for health. And also we use for duration. That means for a period of time. They have been working here for 3 years. And also we use for helping someone. I made cake for my children. I need to collect money for her. And also we use for with verb plus ing. It is used for drinking. It is used for cooking, etc. And 2 and 4, we use to when the motive or reason is a verb. We use for when the motive or reason is a noun. For example, he is studying English to apply for a job. Here applying is a verb. So we use to. He is studying English to apply for a job. Next example. He is studying English for job. He is studying English for job. Here job is a noun. So we use for. He is studying English for job. We use for with noun and to with a verb. And also we use apologize. The word apologize for something. And we use apologize to. We use apologize plus to for someone. For example, he is calling to apologize for missing the meeting yesterday. Here we use he is calling to apologize for missing the meeting. For missing. With the verb we use for. He should apologize to his boss for missing the meeting. Here we use to with someone. He should apologize to his boss. Here we use apologize to with someone. Apologize for with something. He is calling to apologize for apologize for missing the meeting yesterday. We use travel plus to a place. Have you ever traveled to Europe? We use travel plus for a purpose. I am traveling for 3 weeks. I have been traveling for 3 weeks for work. I have been traveling for work. Traveling here the purpose is work. So we use for. I have been traveling for work. Again we use apply. The word apply for with something. And we use apply to with person. And ask plus for with something. We are asking for help. And here the use of with. With we use with or by, use of with. With we use to show together. I was with him. A dog, and the another usage, having something. For example, dog with red color. That means a dog has red color. We use with. She decorated table with candle. The use of something. To show the use of something, we use with. She decorated table with candle. Can you clean the table with vinegar? To show feeling also we use with. I write with sadness. He opened with fear, etc. To show agreement, we are using with. I am with him. Here one difference. For we used to support an idea. With we used to support a person. He agreed for him. He agreed for him. I am for free health care. I am for free health care. Children, along with this, I am sending you a note about preposition. You read it and learn the rules. Thank you and bye.